A vital part to playing Red Dead Online is making money. That money would then be used to do pretty much anything within the game, going from buying upgrades to roles to even customizing your character. And it has led to people like me that have dedicated themselves to the grind of making money, so that as soon as those new things come out, I can buy straight into them and show off everything that you need to know about it. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you the ultimate guide to making money in each and every role. There'll be little tips that just make you that more efficient, and that will result in you making more money. Before I get into the video, if you do want to see anything more from me, I am streaming on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I go through the Red Dead Redemption 2 story, and also I go live with my money grind, helping out some of you guys by inviting you to be part of the posse. We go through Moonshiner and also trader deliveries. If that sounds like something you'll be interested in, then there is a link in the description down below. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. The first role, and the role that I recommend buying into straight away if you are a new player to the game, is the bounty hunter role. And there's two different ways to go through this role depending on your rank. If you are a low rank, you need to go through the legendary bounties first, because you can get more money than if you were to go through the bounties that are on the bounty board. When starting out, the first bounties that you have on the bounty board are tier 1s, and they're going to be all the bounties. You have no tier 2s or tier 3s because you have not ranked up within that role, and that is understandable when starting out. But a tier 1 bounty will give you round about $10 to $15 and can take around 10 to 15 minutes. So that would mean you're getting around $30 to $45 every 30 minutes. But if you were to spend your time going through a legendary bounty instead, you can get anywhere going from $60 going all the way up to $180, depending on the difficulty of the legendary bounty. As you are starting out, the first time you go through a legendary bounty, it will only have a 1 star, meaning that it's very easy to do. But once you get that all the way up to 5 stars, you will start ranking in those big bucks. You also must wait at least 30 minutes before getting a maximum payout. Red Dead has this very weird rule where the longer it takes you to do something, the bigger the payout reward is. So when I was talking about those tier 1 bounties at the beginning where they can give $10 to $15, you can only get that if you hand it in the last 30 seconds. But the thing is, legendary bounties don't have a timer. But that's not to say that there isn't a timer in the background that just isn't displayed. And that timer caps out at the 30-minute mark. If you were to wait another 30 minutes, you don't get anything more than what you would have got 30 minutes prior to that. So if you just wait in the legendary bounty for 30 minutes and then complete the task of what you need to do, hand that legendary bounty in at the sheriff office, you will get the maximum payout. And that does work out better than doing the normal tier 1 bounties on a bounty board. But that is only if you are a low ranked player and starting this game. If you are a much higher ranked player, it works out better for you to go through the bounty board instead of the legendary bounties. But you want to be focusing on those tier 3s, the best of the best, and preferably those that involve you having to get 4, maybe even 6 different bounties at the same time. This might also mean that you want to get some friends or other players involved, because trying to deal with 4 or even 6 bounties trying to run away from you, it can become very difficult. But with more players being able to help you get those bounties, it means more players can chase after different bounties and bring them back to the bounty hunting wagon. So if you do these tier 3 bounties, they can last anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes, very similar to the time of tier 1s, but they will give you a much bigger reward if you hand them in the last 30 seconds. You also need to make sure that you are bringing them in alive. If you bring any of them in dead, or if someone does escape, you will get a considerably less reward, but if you bring them in alive, you can get anywhere between $60 to $80. What does make this more beneficial than going into the legendary bounties is the legendary bounties do have a cooldown period. You cannot complete a legendary bounty and go straight into another one immediately after. You must wait a certain time before it to become available again. Even with this cooldown period, it still works out better than going through tier 1 bounties. But if we compare this to the tier 3 bounties, when you are a higher rated player, it just ends up being a bad mark for legendary bounties, and you can make a lot more money when just going through tier 3 bounties with multiple people to get. And then the final thing to mention about the bounty hunter role, and will be a reoccurring theme, make sure that you loot every single body. I have done a video to this and I'll leave a link in the description down below which shows you the ins and outs of loot and bodies and what type of stuff that you can get and what you can get if you were to loot 100 bodies within this game. But you have a chance of getting some very good stuff which will give you more money in the long run. So definitely do it. The next role is the collector role, and this is by far the most profitable role. I'll leave a link in the description down below to the collector map. This is what I'm going to be using, and this makes life a lot easier. It means that you do not have to buy into any of Madame Nazar's collector maps, because this interactable collector map shows you every single collectible location without you having to put any money to find them. So this is a lifesaver, and this will make you even more money by using it. If you are fairly new with this role, you're going to want to put in a grind with those early on collectibles. It will not take you too long, but make sure that you get to a rank where you can buy the shovel and you can also buy the metal detector. As soon as that's done, you're sorted. You're going to be making so much money from that point onwards. And once you have those, you want to focus on 3 sets: the coin set, the ring set, and the earring set. The coin set can sell for $540, the ring set can sell for $378, and the earring set can sell for $364.50. When collecting collectibles, do not sell collectibles individually, only sell them as sets because you can get more money and you'll also get quite a bit of XP. The reason I'm saying the coin set, ring set, and earring set is because they are the most expensive sets, and they can take you around 1 hour, maybe 1 hour 30 if you're a bit on the slower side, to get all of these collectibles. And from that, you will be able to get a grand total of $1,282.50 for only just an hour of playing this game, and that is why this is the best method. I do want to highlight that there can be some issues with the collector. The one that I always have to deal with is specifically for the coin set, and if you're trying to hold multiple of the exact same set. And that is because some of these coins that you pick up actually count as other coins, and that will result in you not being able to get a full set later on. It's an incredibly irritating problem, because the 1792 quarter can actually count as some of the other 1792 coins. And likewise, the 1800 gold dollar can count as some of the other 1800 coins. An easy way around this is, if you are trying to get 10 of the coin set, collect as many different coins up until you get 9 of every single coin, and then for the final set, make sure that you get the 1792 quarter and the 1800 gold dollar coin before any coin. It's an easy way around it, it's incredibly irritating, and I hope Rockstar can fix this in the future. And the last thing to mention is, because I am already at the maximum set, it does mean that in the clips that I've showed for the collector, I've actually had to sell all the sets before I collect them. That still makes no difference, the method is still exactly the same. Focus on coin, earring, and ring set, and you'll get $1,282.50. The next role is the trader, and this is slightly different to the other roles because there is things that you can do within the collector and bounty hunter which give you more money. But for the trader, the payout is already set in stone, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to do a delivery as a trader, because you will get a specific amount, and that is an amount that you agree to when going into the delivery. So wait until the last 30 seconds with this. Does not increase your payout, but there are a few things that do make it a bit more efficient. The first thing, make sure that you are doing the maximum delivery you can do. So that is a small delivery, which is 25 goods, a medium delivery, which is 50 goods, or a large delivery, which is 100 goods. If you're only set up for a small delivery, don't do a delivery where Cribs has only made 15 goods or even 24 goods. Because you can get slightly more if you actually wait until that last good and make sure that it's 25. And it's the exact same with 50 and 100. When upgrading from a small delivery wagon to a medium, you will actually get more money and more XP. And it will be the exact same once you upgrade from a medium to a large. So if you are a rank 20 and you can do 100 goods, wait until you get 100 goods. Don't do 250 goods or 425 good deliveries, because you will get less money. Wait until it gets to 100 goods and then sell that on. Just to let you know about the time that it would take for you to get these delivery goods, it takes Cribs 2 minutes to make 1 good. So that works out as 50 minutes for a small delivery, 1 hour and 40 minutes for a medium delivery, and 3 hours and 20 for a large delivery. And this can't be changed. And this doesn't include the time of doing a resupply mission or ordering supplies. Speaking of that, I do recommend doing resupply missions because it is much quicker and it also means that you don't have to spend $20. It is free. And that just adds to the profit that you'll be making later on once you finally sell these goods. There are a few things that you can do to get more goods, such as stealing other people's deliveries if they choose to do a long distance delivery. For that you will get 50 goods, or you could do a trade route free roam event, which is more common, and that will give you 18 goods. When it comes to doing a delivery, if you want to make more money, do a long distance delivery, but that does come with a risk because you need to go much further, and it will also send out a notification to nearby enemy traders who can steal that delivery and sell it for themselves. A little rule that I have is if I'm part of a posse, I will do a long distance delivery. If I'm just playing by myself, I will do a short distance delivery. That way it just saves me having to deal with the hassle and I'm still making money. Going to the efficiency side of things, of the types of things that you actually donate to Crips. Donate anything from skins, hides and carcasses, but do not donate feathers. The fact that you have clicked on this video, the ultimate guide to making money in each role, it means you want to make money. It actually works out being more efficient money wise for you to sell feathers at the butcher rather than donating them to Crips. I can go very lengthy into detail of all of this in this video, but I have already done a video on this already. If you are curious about the maths and how I worked all of this out, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. That will save me 10 minutes of explaining you exactly how I worked this out. If you don't really care about the ins and outs and how I work this out, all you need to know is that you can get more money for selling feathers at the butcher than donating them to Crips. If you are a low rank as a trader and you want to get some XP as well as some money, that is when you'll start to donate feathers, because feathers will give you a lot of XP. So this is where you need to decide of what you want. Do you only want to make as much money as possible, or do you want to try and get as much XP as possible? If it's money, sell feathers to butcher. If it's XP, make sure you donate the feathers to Crips. And the last thing's very similar to the bounty hunter. If you come across any enemies whilst doing a resupply mission or the delivery itself, kill them and loot their bodies. That is where you have a chance of getting treasure maps as well as other items which will make you that much more richer. And finally we have the moonshine role, and this is fairly similar to the trader, but there's also a slight more difficulty, because when starting the moonshine role you will actually make a loss right at the beginning. It'll cost you more money to make the moonshine than it would to sell it. But you just need to fight through this, because eventually you will get to a rank of where you can start making a bit of profit, and it'll be a couple dollars here or there, but it will eventually turn to a couple hundred here and there. The Moonshiner does also have a slight difference to the trader, because as you rank up you can increase the strength of moonshine, which will result in you making more money once you sell it later on, and also you can increase the speed of production, meaning that you don't have to wait as long for you to finally sell that moonshine off. You can actually get it to the point of where you can sell a full moonshine delivery, 20 bottles, and it only taken 48 minutes to make. Just like the trader, always make the best moonshine you can get for the most money. So if you have only unlocked weak moonshine, you're gonna have to do weak moonshine, but if you've unlocked average moonshine, start to do average, and if you've unlocked strong moonshine, always do strong moonshine. Don't start to go down. The big thing as well with moonshine that will give you even more money is the flavoring. Always add flavoring, and I have done the maths for you, which I will tell you. It is more profitable for you to do special recipes compared to any of the other recipes. Special recipes do include having to put in a collector item, and it does get a few players thinking that they might as well just do a normal recipe and then sell the collectible after, rather than putting the collectible in with the recipe itself. For this, if we look at the poison poppy recipe, you need a prairie poppy which can be scavenged, Olander sage which can also be scavenged, and then you need absinthe which is a collectible. And if you were to sell this moonshine without spilling it, it will go for $247.50. This is also a strong strength moonshine. You could also go for a normal flavoring on strong strength moonshine, which goes for $226.80, and then you can sell the collectibles separately. Yet again, if we look at the poison poppy recipe, it requires absinthe, which is an antique alcohol bottle. There are 9 antique alcohol bottles in total to collect to complete a set. If you get the price of selling that set and divide it by all 9 bottles, each bottle goes for $17.83. So if we take the normal moonshine recipe, which goes for $226.87, add the $17.83 as you're going to be selling that to Madame Nazar, that is the price of each antique alcohol bottle. That will cost $244.70. So we're literally just talking by a couple of dollars of a special moonshine recipe being more expensive than a normal moonshine recipe while selling the collectible to Madame Nazar. And this is where I'll give you the choice though, because yes, on paper it is more profitable for you to do a special moonshine recipe, but we also have to remember that the moonshine roll is completely broken, and at any point you can get an infinite loading screen which will prevent you from selling your moonshine and can potentially even lose your moonshine. So that's where I'll give you the choice of whether or not you want to go for a $226.87 flavoring or a special moonshine recipe which goes for $247.50. With the moonshine roll as well, you want to make sure that you are doing as many bootlegger missions as possible. By doing bootlegger missions and completing them, it reduces the cost of moonshine mash, and that just adds to your profit further. When going through these bootlegger missions and also doing the delivery, very similar to the trader and bounty hunter, loot every single body that you come across. For deliveries, I have a set routine where I will tell Marcel I want to sell. I will ride the wagon up to the revenue stop. I will stop just before it, not in it, I'll stop before it. Jump off my wagon, kill all the revenue agents, loot their bodies, jump back on my wagon, and finally go to the location where I need to sell the moonshine. I do this every single time, because jumping off and killing those revenue agents prevents them from actually damaging the wagon itself, but I also get to loot the bodies at the end, and that is where I have the chance of getting something very, very nice. But anyway guys, that is the ultimate guide to making money in every single role that we currently have within Red Dead Online. This is a very long video and it is packed with a lot of information. A lot of numbers have been thrown about, but hopefully I have explained it well. If there's anything that you are confused about, then let me know in the comment section down below. I am happy to answer any of your questions. If you want a much more in-depth conversation or even just want to make some money with me whilst playing Red Dead Online, then head over to my Twitch channel. There is a link in the description down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.